Hey everybody, Raddad here, reporting live from Raddad Lagoon. Well, we all know it's that time of year, the holidays, where we cook the food we don't like to eat and we hang out with the people we can't stand. But hey, it's something you just gotta do.
Raddad makes stuffing.
Today we're going to be going over a classic American side dish, stuffing. Now traditionally stuffing's cooked in the bird, but you know what? That's just not safe because you can't ensure that it gets cooked all the way and you don't want to get salmonella on Thanksgiving or Christmas. So we pre-cook ours ahead of time in some tins and then serve it with the bird. This recipe takes advantage of some pre-made things and then also introduces some fresh produce and herbs to give it a real authentic homemade taste. We start off by dicing up some vegetables. For our vegetables, we're going to make a simple mirepoix. Mirepoix, for those of y'all that might not know, is very easy. It's 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, and 1 part carrots. That's it. We're going to cut up about a cup of this mirepoix mixture and set it aside. Next, we're going to get some Jimmy Dean sausage, just classic sausage. You could use Italian if you prefer that, hot Italian, Andouille. This is where you can really get creative and change the whole flavor profile of this dish. I'm just using classic Jimmy Dean. I don't want to upset anybody at the Thanksgiving table. So I'm going to fry that up in the pan and add my mirepoix to it. If you don't want to use the sausage, you could always just saute your mirepoix in a tablespoon of butter. While your mirepoix and sausage is cooking, this is a good time to add some herbs. I'm just using the basic little herb mix that you can find at most grocery stores during this time of the year. It comes in a pack, so you don't gotta buy a bunch of stuff, and it just has some sage, thyme, and rosemary. I just peeled everything off the little stems and diced it up kind of coarsely and tossed it in with the mirepoix and the sausage as they were browning. Now that the mirepoix and sausage is totally cooked, we're gonna put it into a big mixing bowl. The bigger the better, this way you don't make a mess and you got plenty of time to work. At this point, I'm going to be adding in the dried cubes. These are just dried little breadcrumb cubes. You can buy them from a variety of different brands. They come in cornbread, white bread, pumpernickel, really anything. This is also up to you. I put the whole bag in and I mix it up with my sausage and my mirepoix mixture by hand. Now be careful, if it hasn't cooled, the sausage is going to be hot. Now we're going to add 1 cup of stock. This could be pre-made stock out of a can, or in my case a carton, or you can use a bouillon cube and prepare it ahead of time following the directions on the bouillon cube powder or paste that you made your stock out of. After I add this 1 cup, I'm going to stir it and salt and pepper to taste. Really, this is up to you how salty or peppery you like your stuffing to be. After we get our stock incorporated, we're going to scramble 2 eggs and mix that in. This is going to act as a binding agent when we bake the stuffing, and it's also going to give it a really nice mouthfeel, make it taste a little bit more fancier than it is. Now at this point, you can either spread everything into a 9x13 pan and bake it, or you can spread it into a pan, wrap it in foil, and refrigerate it for a day before you need it. That way you can prep it ahead of time, and when your guests get here, or you show up to wherever you're having your little holiday party at, you can just put it in the oven and finish it up real quick. I like to put it into to-go containers, so that way if I have to leave somewhere early or don't feel like washing my dish at the end of the night, I can just leave it with them and they can have it. Also, I like these small tins. They're 5x7x2, and that way I can divide it into 2 different portions. That way I can have a little bit for home and a little bit for the party. Or I can cook 1 on Thanksgiving Day, and then for leftovers, have a fresh one so that way it doesn't taste like garbage. Once you put your stuff into the tin that you want to use, you can either wrap it up and refrigerate it for up to a day, or you can go ahead and cook it. We want to bake it at 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. Don't forget, if you use the tins like I did, that little foily, cardboardy looking lid on there cannot be put in the oven. So you're going to want to remove that and cover it in actual foil. This stuffing is great just by itself, but it's best with gravy on it. Check out this recipe here for some foolproof homemade gravy that you can't mess up. Even when the turkey's been out of the oven for an hour and everyone's staring at you going, "Where's the gravy?" Well, I hope you guys liked this recipe and it took a little bit of stress off your holiday preps. It's real simple and it can really make you look like a pro if you can bust out some better stuffing than your mother-in-law. I hope it took a little stress off your plate when it comes to preparing a side dish for a holiday potluck, and one that you don't have to worry about doing anything the day of. You just simply make it ahead, put it in the oven, And there you go. I hope you liked that recipe. If you did, or you didn't, hit that like button for me, would you? If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to our channel, Raddad Cooks. I'm Raddad, and here at Raddad Cooks, we make cooking easy for dads. Don't forget to ding that notification bell. That way you can find out every time we come out with a great new video, tweaking recipes for dads and mixing the food rads. See ya. Peace.
Like, comment, subscribe.